Today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is relation and function. And in previous video we have discussed about the transitive relations. So what are the transitive relations and how can we solve the transitive relations? Watch this video, because in previous video we have discussed about the transitive relations. So I again explain you transitive relation. When we are going to discuss about the transitive relation, we can say that it is when we are going to discuss about the transitive relation, we can say that A related to B and B related to C and implies A related to C. When we find this type of relations, then we can say that this is related to this. Suppose there are three persons. Okay, there are three persons, A, B and C. A is corona positive. Suppose it is corona positive, then it comes near the B, so it is also A positive. Now this man goes to C, so it is also positive. Now the problem that is having A is related to C. But what is the initial method? Initial method is A is related to B, means A or B is real. When we are going to relate B related to C, it means B or C is also here. Now the problems that is A is facing, that is also related to C, so we can say that A related to C means what is the result? A or C means all the community is related to corona. So we can say that it is community transfer. When we are saying about the community transfer, it means we are saying about the relations, about the transitive relations. It means what is important. So we are in corona, we are just disconnect this relation. So when we disconnect this relation, we can be safe. So government are trying to disconnect this relation. So this is a transitive relation. We can say that it is corona relation also. So this is a corona relation or transitive relation. Now is any other example is here? Yeah, of course. Suppose L1, L2, L3, three lines are in same plane. Let L1, L2 and L3, L1, L2, L3 are three lines in same plane. If it is in same plane, we can say that if suppose this is a plane and it here L1 line is parallel to L2, L1 line is parallel to L2, but any line is also there, that is L3. So when I am saying that L1 is parallel to L2, one is relation that L1 is L2 parallel, L1 L2 are parallel. Now second relation is L2 is also parallel to L3. L2 is also parallel to L3. Then why we cannot say that L1 is parallel to L3? Means L1 is also parallel to L3. Look at here, this line is parallel to this line, L1, L2. This line is parallel to this line. Other line is also parallel. Suppose it is a L3. It means L1 parallel to L2, L2 is parallel to L3. Then we can say that this line is also parallel with this line. Means L1 parallel to L2, L2 parallel to L3, then L1 parallel to L3. This is transitive relations. Is any other example? There are a lot of examples are there. Let's see other example like 5, 4, 3. 5 is greater than 4. 5 is greater than 4. 4 is greater than 3. 5 is greater than 4, 4 is greater than 3. So we can say that 5 is also greater than 3. 5 is greater than 4, 4 is greater than 3. So we can say that 5 is greater than 3. So it is also a transitive relation. it is equivalence relation. What is the equivalence relation? When we are saying about the equivalence relation, we can say that if a relation is found reflexive, symmetric and transitive, a relation R is said to be equivalence relation if it is a relation R is said to be equivalence relation if it is having following. It means, number one, it should be reflexive. It should be reflexive. Now, second is symmetric. Third one is transitive. So, if a relation is having all of three qualities, means that is reflexive also, that is symmetric also, that is transitive also. So, we can say that it is equivalence relation, and if it is not any relation is found there, means one of them is not found there, then we can say that it is not equivalence relation. So, it is very necessary that when we are saying about the equivalence relation, we always remember that reflexive, symmetric, transitive, all three things are to be found there. Okay, so let's understand what is the reflexive relation. When we are saying about the reflexive relation, means ARA, means A related to A. What is symmetric relation? ARB implies BRA. What is the transitive relation? ARB and BRC implies ARC. So this type of things are found there: ARA, ARB and BRA, ARB, BRA, BRC, then ARC also. So this is the equivalence relation. So students, this is a very important topic, and this type of questions always comes in board classes. This topic in RBSE it is in 11th class, but when we are saying about the CBSE it is in 12th class. So this topic is related to 12th class CBSE. So always remember that when we are going to fight any competition related to board classes or greater than board classes, so this type of questions always comes. So these topics are very important, not only for 11th class but also for 12th class also. Anti-symmetric relation means there is some property about the symmetric also. So always remember, this is very important topic about the relation and function. These are the types of relations. So when we are saying about the anti-symmetric relation, we have to remember that what is the anti-symmetric relation means, if ARB, suppose a relation ARB is possible, means we can say that A is related to B, then B is related to A is related to B, then B is related to A. What? A related to B, B related to A, it is looks like a symmetric relation. Am I right? But it is not enough, students. When we are saying about the anti-symmetric relation, we can say that if A related to B, then B related to A, if and only if A equals C. So A equal B. So what is the anti-symmetric relation? So when we are saying about the mathematical definition, we can say if R is a relation defined in set A, if R is defined in set A is the relation from element n, set A is the relation from element A to element B, and from B to A and B to A are true when A equal B. If R is defined in set A as the relation from element A to B and B to A, then it is true when A equal B. Means, what is the mathematically introduction of this? We can say that if A comma B belongs to R, A comma B belongs to R, and B comma A belongs to R, if and only if A equal B, AB belongs to R. So when we are saying about the anti-symmetric relation, we have to remember that A belongs to R, AB belongs to R. It is possible, if it is possible AB belongs to R, then BA belongs to R. It is possible if and only if A equal B. So we can write it by other way: ARB is found, ARB, then BRA. In other way we can say ARB, then BRA, IFF, if and only if. We can say that if and only if A equal B. So this is very good definition about the anti-symmetric relation, because ARB, then BRA, if and only if A equal B. So this is other way to define order relation. Next topic is partial order relation. So what is the partial order relation and how can we define partial order define? I think we know very well what is the reflexive, what is the symmetric, what is the transitive, what is the anti-symmetric. When we are saying what is reflexive, it means A related to A. Means this pen is related to this pen. This pen is related to this pen. It is A. What about the B? When we are saying about the B, we can say that when we are saying about the A, it means this pen is related to itself, it is reflexive. When we are saying about the symmetric, this is related to B, this is related to this, then this is also related to this. A related to B, then B is also related to A. Okay. What about the transitive relations? Maybe there are 3 pens, but 3 pen is not available here. So suppose these 3 things are there, A, B and C, this related to this related to this, then we can say that this is also related to this. This is transitive. Now we are going to discuss next topic, that is anti-symmetric relation. What is anti-symmetric relation? We have discussed anti-symmetric relation when this related to this and this related to this, if and only if these are equal, these both are equal. Okay. So this is anti-symmetric relation. Now we have discussed also that is equivalence relation. Equivalence relation means when we are saying that this is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Reflexive, symmetric and transitive. If a relation R is having 3 qualities, that reflexive, symmetric and transitive, we can say that it is equivalence relation. When in question is given that how can we find equivalence relation, then when prove the equivalence relation, then you have to prove all these 3 things. Means you have to prove reflexive, you have to prove symmetric and you have to prove transitive also. So these are 3 things is very useful in relations. Okay. So we are not now partial order relation. What is the partial order relation? When we are saying about the partial order relation, we can say that a relation R is said to be a relation R is said to be partial order relation if and only if a relation R is said to be partial order relation if and only if it is, number 1, it is reflexive. If it is reflexive relation, Number 2, it is anti-symmetric relation. Number 3 is transitive relations. What is the meaning of this? A relation R is said to be partial order relation if and only if it is a reflexive relation. It means ARA, antisymmetric means ARB and BRA if and only if A equal B. When we are saying about the transitive relation, ARB and BRC implies ARC. So we can say these 3 qualities are found to be in equivalence partial order relation. So if question is there, what is the how prove the partial order relation in this question, then you have to always remember that when we are saying about a partial order relation, we have to know that it should be reflexive, antisymmetric and total order relation. So when we are saying about the total order relation, we can say that it is very simple, because when we are going to create total relation, then how can we have to create first partial order relation, then we have to create some extra, then we can say that it is total order relation. So when we are saying about the total order relation, a relation R is said to be total order relation if and only if, number 1, it is partial order relation. So always remember, students, when we are saying about the total order relation, we have to remember that what is the partial order relations means. When we are saying about the partial order relations, there should be 3 things. One is reflexive, other is the symmetric, other is the transitive. When we are saying about the partial order relation, we can say that it is reflexive, anti-symmetric and transitive. So it is important. Now what is the second thing? Second thing is ARB, A is related to B, or BR A or A equal B. These 3 relations are there, and if any found with partial order relation, we can say that it is total order relation. So when we are saying about the total order relation, we can say that it should be a partial order relation with ARB or BRA or A equal B. Lies in a plane is parallel to an equivalence relation. So how can we solve? When we are saying about the equivalence relation, we have to know about the equivalence relation. What is the equivalence relation? It means it is a symmetric, transitive and reflexive. So firstly, we are going to solve this. So we are going to solve by first is reflexive relation. So how can we prove that 2 straight lines, suppose L1, L2 and L3 lines are there in same plane. Okay, so reflexive relations, L1 line is parallel to L1 line. L1 line is parallel to L1 line because every line is parallel to itself. Every line, we can write here, every line is parallel to itself. So L1 is parallel to L1. So it is reflexive. So students, we can say that it is reflexive because any line is parallel to itself, means this plane is parallel to this plane. Okay, so it is very simple thing. Now what is the symmetric? Second one is it is symmetric relation. When we are saying about symmetric relations, suppose L1 is parallel to L2, then L2 is also parallel to L1. If suppose L1 is parallel to L2, then L2 is also parallel to L1. So L1 parallel to L2 implies L2 parallel to L1. So it is symmetric relation. So it is symmetric relation. So we can say that it is symmetric relation. Now, what is the third one? Third one is transitive. Let L1, L2, L3 are belongs to R. Means L1, L2, L3 belongs to R, means belongs to same plane. Okay, so L1 is parallel to L2, L1 is parallel to L2, and L2 is parallel to L3. If L1 line is parallel to L2 and L2 line is parallel to L3, implies L1 is parallel to L3. So it is transitive also. Hence it is reflexive, symmetric, transitive. So it is an equivalence relation. So when the question is related to equivalence relation, always remember that we have to prove reflexive, symmetric and transitive, all the things at here. Example is prove that, what we have to prove that in set R of real numbers, set R in real numbers defined by R A comma B such that A equal B square is less than equal B square, is neither reflexive, is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor not transitive. So students, in this question we have to prove that if R equal A comma B is less than equal B square, so it is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive. It means none of them is here. So we have to prove. Okay, so how can we prove? Let's see. It is given that R is the set of real number. R is the set of real number. Okay, it is given that R is the set of real number. Means when we are saying about the first, so we can say number one is reflexive. What is a reflexive? When we are saying about the reflexive relation, we can say that a less than equal a square. Is it possible that a is equal to a square, a is less than equal, a is less than a square, but it is a, it is given a is less than equal b square, but when we are saying about the reflexive relation, we can say that we have to put b to a, so we can say that a is related to a square. So it is possible that a is equal to a square, is not possible. So it is not reflexive. So it is not reflexive. So students, this is not reflexive, because when we are saying about the if we take 1 by 3, let a equal 1 by 3. Now we are going to prove 1 by 3 less than equal 1 by 3 whole square. So it is 1 by 3 and it is 1 by 9. 1 by 3 is greater than or 1 by 9 is greater than. When we are saying about the 1 by 3 and 1 by 9, we can say that when we are saying about the 1 by 3 and 1 by 9, we can say that it is 1 by 3 and 1 by 9, we can say that it is bigger part and it is a small part. So it is not real. So it is not true. Not true. So it is not reflexive. What about the symmetric? When we are saying about the symmetric, means a is less than equal b square is not possible, b is less than equal a square. It is totally proved, because take anything that let a equal 1 and b equal 2. So we can say that 1 is less than equal 2 square. It is true, means 1 is less than equal 4. But what about here? Implies 2 square is less than equal 1. It is possible that 4 is less than equal 1. It is not possible. So it is not symmetric. Now third one is, next one is transitive. So we are going to solve next topic, that is third part of this question is transitive. What is the transitive? When we are saying about the transitive, we can say let ABC belongs to R. Let ABC belongs to R, then ARB means A is less than equal B square, BRC means B is less than equal C square. Then we can say that A is less than equal C square. Is it right? If A is less than equal B square, if A is less than equal B square, B is less than equal C square, then A is less than equal C की power 4. Means it is not necessary that A is less than equal C square. So we can say that A does not R C. If you want, then you can take example. Suppose A equal 3, B equal -3 and C equal 1. Suppose here A equal 3, B equal -3 and C equal 1. First A means 3 less than equal -3 square. Means we can say that 3 is less than equal 9. It is true. Okay. Now -3 is less than equal 1. -3 is less than equal 1. It is -3 is less than equal 1 square. So it is true. It is also true. Now I am saying that 3 is less than equal 1 square. Is it possible that 3 is less than equal 1 square? Is it possible 3 is less than equal 1 square? It is not possible. So it is not transitive.